What's up guys, James here from BootWizard Boot Reviews, and today we are reviewing no boots, but I have matched my shirt to the topic. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you will know that BootWizard is heading to France to check out some of the games at the Women's World Cup. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, where have you been? So with that in mind, I've been following the Women's World Cup quite closely. We've had some great games, some shock results, Italy beating Australia for example, but what we're going to talk about today is the USA game that happened a couple of days ago. If you don't know, this was the USA against Thailand, and the US demolished the Thai team 13-0 and scored 10 goals in the second half alone, with Alex Morgan grabbing 5 over the course of the game. So this complete destruction of Thailand sparked a lot of debate online. Should the USA have taken their foot off the gas and scored fewer goals, not actively gone to increase their goal tally? Should players have not celebrated? Players were still celebrating that 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th goal as if it was the first. Did it show disrespect to their Thai opposition that they didn't ease off and that they did continue to score those goals? I've decided to take these questions, give you my opinion, and also I want your opinion. I want a debate. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments and we'll get a full debate going as to why we do or do not agree with how the US acted in this game. So what's my opinion? I've put a lot of thought into this and I've come to the conclusion that in terms of scoring goals, I agree with what the US did. I think that they were absolutely correct to go out and continue to keep scoring goals, to continue attacking the Thai team. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, I've heard the argument that it showed disrespect to the Thai team. They didn't take their foot off the gas. I completely disagree. I think it's the opposite of that. I think if you take your foot off the gas and you treat them like they're beaten and you don't treat them with respect as professional athletes, then you show disrespect. I think you have to continue attacking. You have to continue to play the game as it's meant to be played. You don't need to take your foot off the gas, especially in a World Cup. That brings me to my second point. This is a World Cup. This is a professional women's tournament. And in a World Cup, however unlikely after a 13-0 win, it may come down to goal difference. There might be a difference between the US finishing top of the group, finishing second in the group. What if Sweden turn up and absolutely demolish Thailand, win all their other games, and it comes down to a goal or two? The US needed to take advantage where they could and get those goals for the purposes of the competition. So I think in that respect, they were also correct to keep attacking. And finally, that is the game. That is what you're supposed to do. They played the game in the correct manner. And yes, you can show disrespect to opposition in many ways, but I don't think continuing to play them at your top level shows disrespect to that opposition, especially when you saw at the end of the game a lot of those US players go up to the Thai players and console them and talk to them. That shows respect. That shows you're a beaten opposition, but I still have respect for you as opposition to us. So that's the reason that I think that the US were right to continue attacking. In terms of the celebrations, I still kind of think they were right. So some people have been saying the US should not have celebrated every single goal the way they did. Once you're 13 up, you don't need to be celebrating the goal and kind of rubbing it in the face of the Thai players. I say to you, put yourself in the shoes of many of those goal scorers. That was the first goal that many of those scorers had ever scored in a World Cup. If I'd scored a goal in the World Cup, my very first goal at that, I don't care if my team's 25-0 up, I am going to celebrate. It is a huge moment for me. And there is a difference between celebrating, and I think the US did it fine, and celebrating over the top and getting in the face of the Thai players and rubbing it in. And I don't feel like the US did that. They celebrated their goals, they didn't take too long doing it, and I think that's okay. I don't think you can ask players to not celebrate doing the thing that they are there to do, and for many of them, the first time they've ever scored a World Cup goal. I don't think you should take that away from them, even if it's not the greatest feeling for those Thailand players. And a short final point on Alex Morgan. She scored 5 goals. She was continuing to attack and she was really pushing to get those extra goals. And I've seen criticism for her as well. She shouldn't have been doing that. Shouldn't have been going out to humiliate the Thai team. She's a striker. She's a professional footballer whose job is to score goals. I've seen strikers stealing goals off their teammates, trying to just get that toe poke so they get the extra goal. Not saying that's right, but that's what strikers do. They go out and they get goals. She, in her head, is probably thinking, Golden Boot. I want to be the top scorer at this World Cup. I want to go down in the history books as the person to have scored the most goals in a single game, the person to win the Golden Boot at the 2019 France World Cup. And again, I don't think you can ask a player to not do that. I don't think you can say to a player, hey, for the next 20 minutes, just try not to score and try to give other people a chance to catch you up in the Golden Boot. I just don't think that makes sense. So overall for me, this is a professional women's game at a World Cup. This is not a grassroots game of under 10s. If it was and there was a team winning 13-0, yes, I might expect the coach of the team that's winning to make some changes, because that game at that level is about developing players. It's about players enjoying their experience. They are not professional players. They're there to get better, to maybe one day be professional players. These are pros. They are there at the biggest tournament of their lives. And I think to ask them to take their foot off the gas, to say that it's disrespectful that they didn't take their foot off the gas, just isn't true. I think you've got to leave them, let them go out there and let them play to their full potential, because that's what they want to do, that's what I want to see. And I suppose the issue here isn't, did the Thai team deserve to be smashed 13-0 by the USA? Should the USA have pulled back? The issue is, do we need to develop the women's game in many countries to a level where teams can compete without getting beat 13-0? There needs to be investment through sponsorships, through local FAs to bring the women's game up to a standard. Maybe the Women's World Cup needs to be a smaller tournament so that these kind of results don't happen, but then you take the opportunity for development away from these countries, that experience that they can get, which will help them get better. Overall, pretty much, I think what the USA did was right, and I think the issue potentially lies elsewhere. As I say, BootWizard is going to France. I will be landing there tomorrow, and I will be bringing you all the action from the 5 games, some of my travel. It's going to be a bit of a vlog. If you do want to catch that, remember to subscribe. Do remember to like this video if you want to see some more kind of football-based opinions that aren't 100% about boots. And also remember to comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Am I being too harsh on the Thai team? That's everything from BootWizard today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.